Okay. We have Toronto's very own Louie F in the building. What's good?
Not much, I'm just here chilling. Just happy to be here, you know?
For sure. Appreciate you coming through, chopping it up with us.
Anytime.
For sure. Let's start off from the rip. Like, how did you get your name, Louie F?
Okay, so that's a name that I got back in high school, and then it just pretty much stuck. Everyone on the ball team pretty much got nicknames, you know? So they call my older bro Carl Louie. After there's like a Young Jeezy song with Blood Raw, it was a Louie back, and then there's a girl on the hook. She would go Louie, and then they would like call him Louie, and then he didn't really mess with it. I was Young Louie, stuck with me here today.
Okay. So before it was Louie, what was that? Was there any like other name before that? Like, come on, I know you got a couple names in the cupboard. Like, what's poppin'?
What was it before? I guess my name is Shaquille, so it was Shaqtacular.
Okay, man, like Shaqtacular.
Yeah. Yeah, you know?
I hear that. So you grew up in Ajax, correct?
Yeah.
Describe growing up in Ajax, like in a Jamaican household, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it was I just just knew what was normal to me, right? So it was like, went to school, came home, did sports, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was home, I had to do chores just like, any other Jamaican household, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I just knew what was normal to me, you know?
For sure. So what's some of the influences, like growing up in an Ajax, growing up in a Jamaican household, what are some influences that kind of, affected you, or influences that you grew up with today that you can be like, all right, it's because back then I used to be in, Ajax, living in this household, listening to this music. Like, how did it shape you?
I guess when I was playing sports and stuff, being in the whip with my parents, they always be playing music. You know what I'm saying? Because we go to tournaments, like sometimes 2-hour drive or whatever. So we always play music. And then, yeah, like, always playing, they have good taste in music because they're always playing bangers, and yeah, always mess with it from like the old 90s dancehall to like 90s rap to like, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously when they got a little older, they stopped listening to rap and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like they listen to pretty much everything. Always had the radio on and stuff like that. So like, yeah, always hearing music all the time.
Facts. So you know all those old school yard tunes there.
Yeah.
I hear that.
That's shit.
You mentioned sports, playing ball and shit like that. Was ball the only sports you played?
Pretty much. Like I played soccer a little bit, but like I stopped that mad early on, and then like I was focused on ball for like pretty much the whole time. I thought I was going to league. I did thought I was going to league, but
so you had NBA jeans, eh?
Yeah, that's what here I am today. I'm happy doing what I'm doing today.
Facts. In regards to playing ball, like were you fire or were you shit? Like what kind of player were you?
honestly, on a real thing,
yeah.
Like I was actually decent. Like I was pretty good.
Okay.
Like if mans know, I went to Pickering High, so as a starter at Pickering High. So if mans know, like then you already done know. Like you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I was decent still. Like didn't get the obviously the results that I wanted, but I was doing my thing still. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I was kind of reading into your background, and it seems like you did some DJing as well.
Yeah. So pretty much after ball, like I said, I had the love for music, and I have a cousin, DJ Rain, who's a DJ already. So like, I just try to ting, and I ended up being pretty good at it. Made some mixes. People in the community were messing with it. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up started doing some parties. Took it to the downtown club scene, and then I was just doing my thing, and yeah.
All right. So you play sports. You did some DJing. When did music become a thing for you?
It was always like a thing. It was always a thing. Like. My dog Quincy Owens, me and him were from like grade 7, like in my basement in the crib, and it's chopped because it comes full circle because that's where we record now. But like we started from then, it's like on YouTube from then because I was seeing Soulja Boy and stuff do that on YouTube, so we're like, yo, we could do that, you know what I'm saying? So we always like dabble here and there, and then in high school we're like, yo, we always just said, yo, let's make a mixtape. Like we always wanted to make a mixtape, so then we started like working towards that a little bit, but we didn't really take it seriously until like. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, we just started taking it serious, and then like so it's just it's a serious thing now.
So when you guys started taking it seriously, when was it like, all right, like I've arrived, or like, all right, this is legitimate? Like when did you feel that? When did you get that feeling?
I'm not gonna lie, like it didn't happen right away. Like it took some time. Like I always felt like I was nice, but like still, like, it wasn't sounding like how the other mans were sounding, but I always felt like, what I was saying was good. Like, I always had lyrics or whatever. But it didn't start sounding nice probably till, like, 2 years ago. Like now it's like it's sounding like it's how it's supposed to sound. Like it's like it's mixed properly, like and that kind of stuff. So like yeah, like now, so what is it? We're 2022, so I'll probably say like 2019. Like yeah.
So from 2019 to 2022, has your sound changed or has it always been like what you're putting out now?
No, I would say I know how to use my voice better. You know what I'm saying? Like I know like how to record better. Like you know what I'm saying? A lot of people come up like you try to when you're looking for advice, people give a lot of vague advice, so you don't really know what you're doing to 100%. But then you have to just like you have to learn, you have to put in your 1,000 hours or however many hours they say it is to become a professional.
All right. So in regards to your creative process, how is that? Like when you're in the studio, like what's the vibe like? What do you need to like produce music?
For me, like it's whatever. Like I don't really need too much. Like as long as I have like an idea, I can go with it. Like I'm saying, I don't like. But obviously, like I like it when like there's people around. Like there's drinking, balling up or whatever. Like I love that. But it is I don't really need it to write. Because remember I said I record at home, right? So like some more times like I like to record alone because like when I'm doing bare takes, I know it gets boring for the people that are listening and stuff. So like I like to take my time and do it by myself sometimes too.
All right. So in 2019, it seems like you put out two projects. It was Road to Louisville and then Louisville. What made you like put out two projects? Because usually artists just put out one and kind of push out singles.
I just had bare music, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bro, like, it was gonna come to a point where if I didn't do that, a lot of the songs would have never came out. Like, even now, like, I have bare music and a lot of songs are not gonna come out because it's just, they're getting too old and just, I'm getting better, sounding better. So just like, I just wanted to get the music out. So I try to put together a little, little marketing plan or whatever, a little strategy, try to like, like Road to Louisville and then Louisville, a little preview EP and then the actual mixtape album, whatever you wanna call it.
All right. So with putting out those projects, how was the reaction? Like, you had a lot of music sitting in the cut. You put out this music. What was the reaction from the people, from the fans, or the people that you really fuck with?
At that time, like, it wasn't, like, I was getting a good reaction from, like, my peers and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really getting, like, it wasn't going too crazy, but, like, my peers were like, yeah, like, you're on your way, like, just keep working, da-da-da-da. So, like, yeah, like, I did a couple of videos those times, too. Like, the videos, like, did good numbers, too. And then from there, like, I did even, like, a few club hostings. Like, I did, where did we go? We went to Anco. Then we went to, there's a place out in Hamilton. Can't remember the name of the spot in Hamilton, but we went to the next club out there, hosted it, performed performed at the club, hosted, whatever. Had people brought like a whole party bus out there. Like, it was a good time. Like, pretty much like, called it like the Louisville tour. We had a good time going from club to club, like people are coming out, performing and stuff like that. So, it was a good time. Like, so it's pretty much what led me to now, like, like motivated me to keep going and yeah.
So, I was listening to that album and one of your standout tracks, or like one of the tracks that have like a lot of views, is The Guy. So what was the inspiration behind that?
It's like pretty much I'm just like feeling like, yeah, like we're like me and my team are getting it together, like we're sounding good, like like I'm talking to the things that I want to talk to, like, I'm saying, like, I'm getting, like, I'm just feeling good, like, like, everything around me is, like, happening in a way where it's, like, I feel like I'm the guy now, so, like, it's our balls, our time, like, I'm saying? So I'm just talking my shit and just letting people know, like, yeah, like, it's that time now, we're here.
All right, and where did you get the idea to incorporate that LeBron James skit as well?
Just, like, just feeling like, yo, it's, like, I honestly, like, I feel like I said it in the song, these niggas trying to cheat, they trying to steal possessions. Like, there's a lot of fugazi shit going on. Niggas are buying streams and doing, like, I'm saying, a whole bunch of weird stuff, and we're trying to keep it organic. Like, they're trying to steal possessions, and now the tide's turning, like, like, it's our ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I felt. It just described it perfectly.
All right. So do you feel like, in regards to, like, Toronto music, at that point, or even right now, you feel like you're underrated or people are not recognizing all the product you're putting out?
I definitely feel, I wouldn't say underrated, maybe a little bit overlooked, but I understand, like, at the same time, I'm not like, I'm not crying about it. Like, I understand you have to work, so I'm just gonna keep working. I'm just gonna keep dropping. You guys are gonna keep hearing it. Like, it's gonna be good music. I'm gonna be here. I'm not going nowhere. So, like, it's gonna be here. You're gonna take it in eventually. It's gonna be snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? I'm like getting to the top of the hill. I'm pushing. I'm getting to the top of the hill. But once I reach that point when I'm going downhill, it's a wrap.
Okay, and it looks like your latest release was the Drake song that you flipped.
Yeah, Beer Bad Johns.
Correct, correct. So, what was the inspiration behind that? How did that come about? Did you just hear the Drake tune and like, let me hop on this, let me add my sauce to this? What was that about?
It was a little bit of that. Like honestly, that's my favorite track off that tape. But then like even because like so then when I be listening to it, I'm just in my head Beer Bad Johns like just because that's what I do. Like I do that with a lot of songs actually. Like pretty much every song. I try to remix it in my head type shit. But like with that one, like for real, like I be on my phone scrolling on the medias. I just be like scrolling. So every day it's new Bad John, new Bad John, new Bad John. Even like you did the Women Crush Wendy's. Like yeah, there's Beer Bad Johns. Like
Facts. I see that.
like everywhere, just everywhere I turn it, like and they're all from the city too. I'm just like bro, like yeah, the Beer Bad Johns where I'm from. So I'm just like yeah, let me just run with it, make the track, and it sounded good.
All right. So, in regards to the city, who are some artists that you kind of would want to work with, or when you listen to the music, it's like, all right, this person went hard, or I can see myself working with this person. Who's some artists that you wouldn't mind reaching out to and putting in some work?
There's a lot of guys actually. Some people who I'd want to work with for sure. Me and my dog Money Cash gotta get one in. Even Mac Dizzle, I gotta get one with him. Mac, we gotta get one too. There's so many I'm gonna forget, man's gonna get cheesed. But like there's so many though. Oh man, let me think. Hold on, give me a second. I was thinking too, and then I forgot.
It's all good. You can't remember everything,
Right now
fam.
still, but
You know what I
for
mean?
sure those mans like yeah, but like that's the thing. Like I'm trying to work with like I'm not like selfish or whatever you want to call it. Like I'm down to work with people and do guest verses and stuff like that. So like yeah, there'll be a lot of features coming up in the future for sure.
So, in regards to like features and whatnot, what's your view on like the Toronto scene in general? There's a couple lists that are out there. The list that Friday did, the list that was done on the Keep Six Solid Clubhouse. What's your thoughts about those lists?
It's their opinion at the end of the day. Like those are the guys that they see that are making noise or whatever. Like So yeah, I would love to be there, but I understand at the same time, like I still do have a lot of work to do, and I'm not shying away from doing the work. So, like yeah, like the list is a little. They don't really make sense based on what they are saying or that they're based off. But at the end of the day, it's their list, so they can do whatever they want with it. So it is what it is.
And in regards to like female MCs or female artists that are out here putting in work, what's your thoughts regarding that as well? Do you feel like they're overlooked, or you feel like they're not putting in enough work? What's your views on that?
Yeah, like I understand. Like they have to put in. Yeah, they have to just. It's the work. It's the work still. It's the work. Like yeah, like it's tough. It's tough. Like I understand it's even harder for girls because they have to do their hair, their nails, and all that stuff. I understand it's tough, but it's the grind. So you chose, right? So you signed up for it. So can't complain about it. Just work harder.
So, there's a lot of talk about like artists buying views. There's a couple documentaries out there. We have a couple companies actually out here in Toronto. Rap Cap TO put a lens on artists that are kind of buying views and whatnot. So what's your thoughts about that? Does that cheese you? Do you see these artists getting clouded up, getting views, and it's just like, all right, why are you guys showing these guys so much love when you know that, these guys are buying views and stuff?
No, because I swear they said they were trying to expose that. Like, that's their job. Like, that's what they said they were going to come and do. So I condone that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see, because, I'm doing my thing organic. You know what I'm saying? We're making it onto the playlist and stuff now. It's growing organically. So if that's what that's going to do, weed out the guys who are buying views, and it's going to be the people who are doing organically here, then that's great for me, because that means it's, like my time is going to just come sooner.
For sure, for sure. So what's your thoughts on like being independent versus being signed to a record label? Because we've seen a couple guys out here get signed to a couple record labels, and then after that, we didn't really hear anything, or like they got off the record label. So what's your thoughts in regards to that?
My thoughts are, as for me in the position where I am now, I feel like signing would be a good idea, because you get to learn the business. That's what you need to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to learn how everything works. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, like, once you get into the label, they might like hold up your creativity your momentum and how you want to drop and stuff like that. But you should take that time to try to learn how things work, trying to meet people in the office or whatever, to do what you can to like try to like just you have to learn how the business works, because then when you get to the point where you can get out of that situation and you can be independent again, it's it's how everything works, and you could just do it and you could cut out the middleman and get all the money. Just look at it as like a rookie contract in NBA. You learn how the league works, and then from there, like you can grow.
So break down your relationship with Quincy Owens, because you said this is like this relationship from all the way back in high school. So you've been working with him for a very long time.
Elementary school.
Whenever you guys work together, it's like it's magic. So break down that relationship and how working with him is.
Like, I could keep it short and simple. Like, it's been since elementary school, and that's my brother, point blank, you know what I'm saying? Like, him being my mother's kid wouldn't make him any closer to me, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, that's what it is. So when we just know how to, we just know how each other work, each other think type of thing. So it's like, it's easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just easy. Like, the chemistry's there because it's been years. So like, yeah, it's just easy to get stuff done.
Facts. So in regards to music, are you working on anything new? Is it new projects? Do you have singles coming out? Like, what's next?
I have project ideas, I have titles, but at this point, I'm just trying to grow. So I'm just gonna keep doing singles, until it's really a point where they really want the projects, because I don't feel like that demand's there yet. So once I feel that that's there, like it's there. But at this point, I just have titles and ideas of projects that I want to do. And when it's time, because I have a lot of music, I can put it together, like it could happen. And even in the meantime, I'm still gonna be recording, right? So when the time's ready, like it's gonna come. But until then, until they actually really have the demand for it, like I'm just gonna keep doing singles and just keep growing slowly.
Can we expect any videos coming out shortly?
Pardon me?
Any videos coming out shortly?
Oh yeah, actually, that's one thing that you can expect really a lot this year is gonna be videos, because we have a production in-house, so we're gonna be trying to produce a lot more content.
All right, cool. So before we let you go, anything that you'd like to, say to the fans, and, kind of have them look into you, or any project or any kind of singles that you'd like them to take in and kind of introduce them to your music?
Check me out on Spotify or on Apple Music, wherever you stream your music. It's Louie F with a dot at the end. Got Kisses and Hugs coming up real soon, Valentine's Day, so look out for that as well. Check out my socials. On Instagram, it's louief.baby. On Twitter, it's pblouie. And then, so you can keep up to date with all that, and then, you just tap in and keep connected.